It's 1971, 2 o'clock p.m. The skies over the Peruvian Amazon stretch endlessly ahead of her. But Julianne Kopke, 17 years old, can't enjoy the view. She's exhausted from a long journey already, and with the rumble of turbulence growing in intensity, her thoughts wander. The small twin-engine plane, LANSA Flight 508, is filled with passengers, their faces weary. As they head to the remote town of Pucallpa, the storm is brutal, flashing across the sky in jagged, violent streaks. But Julianne is used to storms. Her parents are scientists. Deep in the heart of the jungle, she's no stranger to the wilds of the rainforest. In fact, she's ready to get home after spending Christmas in Lima. She's tired, yes, but not afraid. Then, a sudden deafening crack. The sound is impossible to comprehend. The aircraft shakes violently, like a fragile toy tossed in the wind. A scream of metal, a burst of fire. The oxygen masks drop. Panic. Before Julianne can even think, the world turns to chaos. Her stomach lurches as the plane breaks apart, pieces of it disintegrating midair. A whirlwind of terror. A shudder. Then a sickening weightlessness, and then nothing. She's falling. Her body is slamming against something hard, something cold. The sensation is dizzying, disorienting. Time stretches, warps. Her consciousness flickers. When she comes to, the first thing she registers is the crushing weight on her body. Her seatbelt, still attached, is the only thing holding her to the wreckage of the plane. The world is silent, except for the dull thudding of her heart in her chest. She's alive, but she shouldn't be. The cold air bites at her skin. A strange stillness surrounds her as she takes in her surroundings. The jungle, dense and uninviting, is all around her. She's on the ground now. She can't remember how she got there. The seatbelt digs into her ribs. She strains against the pain and pulls herself free. The world she once knew is gone. The jungle is enormous. It's an ancient living thing. Julianne's mind races. She tries to gather herself, tries to understand what just happened. But her thoughts are muddled, fragmented. The crash is still a blur in her mind. Her father, her mother, where are they? The other passengers? The plane? Everything is a violent, broken mess. In the silence that follows, the truth sets in. No one's coming for her. She's alone. The wreckage is scattered, the sounds of the forest closing in. The vastness of the Amazon stretches out before her, oppressive, untamed. Julianne is left with nothing but her wits, her will, and the terrifying unknown of the jungle around her. She rises unsteadily to her feet, scanning her surroundings for anything that might help. The rain falls in sheets, dampening the blood and dirt streaked across her body. But her survival instinct kicks in. She looks for a path, something familiar, something that might lead to safety. But there is nothing. The jungle presses in, its immense and relentless pulse vibrating through the air. It's alive. And she is nothing but a small, fragile speck against it. She starts to walk. Her legs are unsteady at first, but she pushes forward. Step after step. She doesn't know which way she's going, but the jungle has a way of pulling you in, moving you along. The sounds of the forest are constant, the rustling of leaves, the calls of unseen creatures, the distant roar of a river somewhere far off. Hours pass. Her body aches. Her stomach growls. But Julianne presses on. By nightfall, she has no choice but to sleep on the damp earth, wrapped in nothing but the remnants of her clothes, her body sore, her mind racing. She dreams, but the dreams are fragmented images of the crash, the sound of the plane's destruction, the screams of the other passengers. But above it all, there is the jungle. It never stops. It's always there, pulsing, breathing, alive. The next day, Julianne finds a trickle of water in the undergrowth, a small stream running through the jungle floor. She drinks greedily, the cold water rushing over her tongue like a lifeline, but she knows it won't be enough. She needs more. She needs to find civilization, to find help. But as the days stretch on, the reality sets in. Help may never come. The jungle is vast. The jungle is relentless. And Julianne, exhausted, alone, and broken, is just one small speck in its vast expanse. But she doesn't stop. Days blur into one another. The sun beats down relentlessly as she struggles forward. Her body is covered in cuts, bruises and bites. The thorns tear at her clothes, the dirt clings to her skin. She has no map, no compass, just her instincts and the raw primal urge to survive. She listens for the sounds of rivers, of roads, of people, but the jungle is alive, and it is deafening in its own way. Her legs are raw from walking, her throat is parched, her stomach cramps with hunger. Every night she sleeps fitfully, unsure of what dangers lurk in the darkness. But every morning she rises again. She stumbles forward. On the sixth day, she begins to see the signs of human presence. A broken tree branch, footprints in the mud, a path faint and overgrown. She follows it, each step feeling like a fragile thread of hope, threading its way through the darkness. The jungle, though indifferent to her struggle, now offers a glimmer of salvation. And then, on the 11th day just, when she has nothing left, no more strength to fight the sound of an engine, a distant mechanical hum, Julian's heart pounds in her chest as she pushes through the underbrush. Her mind races, her legs carrying her forward with a renewed sense of purpose. And then, through the trees, she sees it, a boat. A group of local fishermen, glancing at her in stunned silence. She collapses, her body no longer able to hold her up. She has made it. She is alive. After 11 days in the brutal, unforgiving jungle, Julianne Kopke has survived. It was a miracle. Story of resilience, of courage, of the unyielding force of the human will. And in the depths of the Amazon, amidst the crushing weight of nature's indifference, Julianne fought her way out, against the odds, against all reason. And she walked away from a nightmare that no one could ever truly comprehend. Her story would be told. And for Julianne Kopke, the young girl who fell from the sky and walked through hell, survival would never be just a word, it would be everything.